Hi everybody, I am Michelle and I am a yoga and meditation teacher. I'm a paddleboard instructor, and for the past 6 years since I started my own business, I've been hosting retreats and sharing those skills and that knowledge that I have with like-minded people, with people who have the same interests that I have, and traveling around the United States and the world, being able to do that. And then even prior to my 6 years doing what I do and what I love, I was able to travel plan for the corporate world. I was in food service sales for 18 years. And so I planned huge events and I did a lot of travel planning and I learned a lot. But ultimately, I wanted to meld all of that together. My experience with yoga, I've been teaching yoga for well over 10 years, and then my experience with event planning and travel planning, and create these amazing adventures that I get to partake in, but also I get to share with people who want to do those same things that I do. So one of the things that I focused on when I started my business 6 years ago was to do the things I love, to share the skills and the knowledge that I had, and travel at the same time. Because for many, many years in my former career, I got in a car every day, Monday through Friday. I drove 52 miles one way to work. I sat behind a desk for 10 hours, 10 hours, and I came home. And I lived for that 3 weeks out of the year that I could actually travel. Travel is a passion of mine, just like yoga, just like meditation, just like paddleboard. So now I get to travel all over the world. I have gotten to do things like lead meditation while we looked out at the Italian Alps. I have led a group paddleboarding through a state forest in Florida and found a secret natural spring that we got to swim in. And I have been on a hike in Bulgaria to a secret waterfall that even our group co-host didn't even know about, and he'd been there many, many times. And guess what? That day he jumped in the water. So, jumped right off that waterfall. So, I haven't had to drive into an office in 6 years. My office is beautiful places and wide open spaces. After all of the experience that I've had, after all of the hours and the days of planning and hosting retreats, and after all of the questions that I've gotten from people about how I do what I do, I decided to go ahead and put a course online, the retreat course online, that lays out the 7 steps that I use to plan a successful retreat. So in the course, the way the course flows is you're going to have a chapter for each one of those steps. And those steps are then broken down into tasks that aren't as overwhelming, tasks that make this easier for you to wrap your arms around. And then as you move through each one of the chapters that breaks down each one of the steps, you are going to follow a plan that is going to create your dream trip, your structure or your roadmap for your first retreat. And then from that, create a template for all of your retreats in the future. In each chapter, there are videos with me. There is text that you're going to follow, and there are checklists that you're going to download. So this is going to be a working course. You're not just going to be reading and listening. You're going to be working so that in the end, you have that structure that you're looking for to go ahead and jump in and plan your first retreat. So if you're ready to get started, let's do this.